nights spent at railway stations, and then a 50,000 crore empire, the unbelievable story of Satyanarayan Nuwal. In the silence of the night, a boy sits on a cold railway station bench, looking up at the sky. Sleep is miles away from his eyes. There is no money in his pocket, a mountain of responsibilities on his head, and in his heart a dream so big that even he is afraid of it. People walk past him. Announcements echo in the air. The wheels of trains roar, but inside him there is complete silence. He has no home, no room, no stable life, only one belief, that these nights won't always be like this. That very boy would one day become the owner of a 50,000 crore empire, expand business to more than 90 countries, and be counted among the most successful industrialists in India. But that night, sitting at that station, even he probably had no idea what destiny he was heading toward. Born in a small village in Rajasthan, Satyanarayan Nuwal's circumstances were just like those of millions of poor Indian families. He could study only up to the 10th grade because the family's financial condition didn't allow further education. Responsibilities came too early, so much so that he got married at just 19. On young shoulders suddenly came the burden of family, finances, and an uncertain future. This is the age when people dream. But Nuwal received more struggle than dreams. A weaker person might have broken down, but perhaps God gives the hardest battles to those who carry the fire to win. Situations became so difficult that he had to leave home. He wandered from city to city in search of work. Sometimes one job, sometimes another. Sometimes hope, sometimes disappointment. But constant effort. During those days, he often didn't even have enough money to pay rent. Many times he had no place to stay, and the railway station became his home. The SAM platform, the SAM bench, the freezing winter nights, the dusty vines. And in the middle of all this, he kept wondering whether life would always remain this way or whether it had another phase too. For him, every night was a test, and every morning a new struggle. But sometimes life takes you the long way, only to drop you exactly where you're meant to be. Fate brought him to Chandrapur in Maharashtra. There, he got a chance to work with a relative. Life slowly started becoming a little stable, but the goal was still far away. During this time, he met the person who would completely change his destiny, Abdul Sattar Allah Bhai. He had a license for explosives and owned a gunpowder depot. Nuwal took this depot on rent for 1,000 per month. But the truth is, at that time even 1,000 was a huge burden for him. When he couldn't even manage to pay the rent, Abdul Sattar simply said to him, "Pay once in 3 months. I trust you." That trust wasn't just a sentence. It was the push that gave Nuwal the strength to move forward. Sometimes, trust gives more strength than any loan. From here, the real journey began. Slowly, he started getting orders from coal mines. Small deals turned into big contracts. Initially, he was only handling operations. Then he became a consignment agent, and soon his name started gaining recognition. By 1980, people in the explosives industry had started knowing him. He treated every small job seriously, valued every relationship, and had the courage to grab every opportunity. Life was slowly coming on track. But his ambition wanted to run much farther than the track. He didn't just want to remain a dealer, he was a dreamer. He wanted to build his own business empire. The 1990 became the biggest turning point of his life. Just imagine, a man who once slept on railway platforms, who was the very definition of struggle, now confidently dreamed of building an industrial plant in his own name. This is the difference between those who give up and those who fight. In 1995, he took a bank loan of 60 lakh. The risk was huge, the opposition was huge, the pressure was huge. But his heart had no fear. He laid the foundation of solar industries. This would become the company that would go on to create explosions across the world literally and metaphorically. The license came, plants were built, production increased, orders started flowing, and solar industries began to soar. This wasn't just a company. It was the dream once seen by that young boy sitting on a railway platform bench. In 2006, the company got listed in the stock market. A company that once survived purely on struggle had now reached an entirely different level of turnover. People began to recognize the name. The industry began to respect it. And then came an achievement no private company could have even imagined. In 2010, Solar Industries became India's first private company to receive a license to manufacture explosives for the Indian Army. This wasn't just a business milestone. It was national pride. Just imagine, the man who once struggled to find a place to sleep had now become the owner of one of the most important companies contributing to India's defense capability. Today, Nuwal's company doesn't just operate in India. It works in more than 90 countries: Africa, Europe, Asia, Latin America. In different corners of the world, the name Solar Industries shines bright. His empire today spans from defense to mining, from explosives to ammunition. The company's market cap runs into hundreds of thousands of crores. His personal net worth is counted in billions of dollars. He is listed among the Forbes billionaires. Yet if you ever meet him, you'll probably find a simple man who only learned one thing in life: never give up. But what is the biggest lesson of this journey? That education alone does not define your destiny. Your background does not decide your future. If you don't break, don't bend, and keep standing firm, no matter how big the world looks, it can fit into your grasp. Satyanarayan Nuwal may have studied only up to the 10th grade, but he wrote the greatest book of life. He learned patience, struggle, faith, opportunity, and timing. That is why his name is taken not just with wealth, but with respect. His story teaches that life is never a straight line. Sometimes it throws you down, then lifts you up, throws you down again, and then rebuilds you. Those who fall and sit there, that's where their story ends. But those who fall and keep rising again, they're the ones who write history. The railway station was his fall. Solar Industries was his rise. And he rose in such a way that touching the ground again became impossible. This is not just a struggle to success story. This is a story of hope, a story of trust, a story of that fire born in humble homes, that one day lights up the grandest stages of the world. In life, the most dangerous thing is not poverty. It is hopelessness. Nuwal had no money, no resources, no connections. All he had was determination. And sometimes that is enough to win life. Family responsibilities did not break him, they strengthened him. Challenges did not stop him, they became his path. He turned every small opportunity into a big one. And that is why today, millions of youth read his story, listen to it, and draw inspiration for their own lives. So when a young person says, "I don't have money, I don't have support, I'm not highly educated," Nuwal's story is the answer. If a man who once slept on railway stations can build a 50,000 crore empire, nothing in this world is impossible. The only difference is whether you give up or keep fighting. Even at 73, he still has vision, energy, and humility. That means success is not just about wealth, it is also about maturity.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls, and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.